Hey everybody, it's Norm from Tested here at Wonderfest 2026, and I'm so thrilled to meet Landon. Landon,
Nice to meet you, Norm.
nice to meet you too. You are a first-time attendee,
Yep,
but you're
first year.
also an exhibitor. You're bringing a couple models that I wanted to chat with because I've seen a couple Bomar monks here, and this one really caught my eye
Yeah.
because you've built it and designed a wonderful cross-section diorama. Tell me first of all this model and your process.
Well, I started scratch building the Bomar Monk, and it was such a pain, and it was taking so long because the legs are all duplicates. So I wanted to finish this model for Wonderfest, so I had to scrap my scratch build and go to 3D, and that allowed me to finish it in maybe a week, modeling the whole thing. And the base is all based on Ralph McQuarrie painting artwork and some of his original sketches. I have the big Ralph McQuarrie art book that was like, 300 pages in the one book, and the letters here are from his sketches. The little creatures at the bottom are from one of his paintings.
Is this foam carved? Is it modeled?
It's all 3D printed except for the
wow.
pipes. There's pipes on the back out
Okay.
here. And the little creatures are things I purchased on Amazon, little toy animals that I sculpted heads and whatnot and switched and swapped pieces. So.
I mean, the thing that struck me the most is we've been to the prototype rooms of collectibles companies. I'm sure you've seen those collectibles, and this feels right out of those rooms. And it's a wonderful
watched you guys'
cross-section.
videos on repeat of the sideshow statue.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And it has that same vibe. And again, so this is this also a concept Bomar monk?
Yes, this is Joe Johnston's concept sketch of a Bomar monk, and the other ones kind of have the brain towards the front or the rear. They did the maquette with it at the front. But this one was interesting because it's got the 5 legs and the brain is in the big bulb underneath. So I thought that was cool.
So I know there's a bunch of 3D printing here, but for the bulb, that's got to be a found part, right?
Yes, that is a plastic snow globe from Amazon, a 4-inch snow globe. And inside, the wires holding onto the brain is all scratch built, and there's little greeblies in there I scratch built. And so are the antennas, hand built.
Is it sitting in a cured resin?
Yes, that is some 48-hour cure resin, but I poured it so thick it cured in a day, which was perfect because I finished it so last minute.
Yeah, the light bouncing off the resin, it looks like it's still jelly, or the shine you have on the brain itself is also really nice. And then the paint finish. Tell me about the finishing on both the mechanical aspects, but also the diorama set.
So the painting for this, I wanted to do something to kind of contrast the warm tones of the base. So I blasted it with some Tamiya, I think X13, super high gloss, bright metallic blue. And then I just misted black over the whole thing until I got my desired finish.
Oh.
And I picked out some of the details in German gray and weathered everything to kind of blend and meld the colors. And yeah, that was it. And then for this part, it was all, I had a very bright tan base because I used plaster to texture the whole 3D print.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
all this was many hours of different layers of texture paste with different grits of sand mixed in. There's this crackled finish on the back wall here that was done with plaster that has no sand texture mixed in over top of like 3 or 4 layers of sand with different grits and whatnot. So that gives it this outer kind of stucco look.
The tactility of it is really nice.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's a part of a desert set, right?
Yeah, and I got a little womp rat here on the end.
Oh yeah, creatures. I see a bunch of creatures around. All individual prints that you can kind of set decorate yourself. Yeah. That blue undertone comes across. And how did you find the balance of knowing where you wanted and how heavy you wanted that top mist to be?
Well, just going very slow. I actually mixed the blue in a bit with the black paint. It was just tire black, to me a tire black. And that helped me kind of get the subtle look, but in some areas I just went straight black, just from a distance and just slowly building up coats.
Yeah, it does come through against some of the light.
And then I didn't want to do it because, blue and gold can be really out there.
Yeah.
But I did pick out some colors in the light gold, some parts.
They're nice. Is there a little bit of powdered weathering that you did on top?
There is powder, but also it's mostly pigment powder with Mod Podge and water mixed into it.
Got it.
So
apply with a brush?
Yep. Dabbed off with a paper towel.
And that just gives when that dries, it does look
The pigment really helps it get the matte look you want.
Yeah.
Whereas if paint and Mod Podge, it would have a little sheen. So for the glass specifically, or the plastic rather, I had to use the Mod Podge because it just won't stick if you just do water and pigment. So
CAD work for some of this. You originally intended to do scratch building, but is that your background? Is that your hobby?
No, my background is mostly in statue creation. So I was making statues of Batman characters and heroes and villains. So I started sculpting over 12-inch action figures. I got into sci-fi after watching guys like Boiler Hobby Time.
Oh, Boiler Hobby Time! Oh,
on YouTube.
Amazing.
4 or 5 years ago, binge watching his channel, and I built my first ever robot, and it was this tiny little funky looking robot with one leg and a big eye that lit up red with a laser pointer. And I got hooked. I tried my hand at some Transformers builds, and the design language was really hard. And then I found my way to the Star Wars stuff, and this is where kind of I found my home.
Well, you also have additional concept models, we'll call them, because this is a walker that's also, like your Bomar Monk, inspired by found piece of original concept art. Right? Tell me about this.
This is a Joe Johnston sketch. It was one of the concepts they did for the ATST when they were considering what design to use.
Yeah.
And it's got these funky, long, skinny legs and huge toes and these weird
I
angled...
love that's the most unique part. They almost look like dumbbells, like weights, right?
Yeah.
Like you almost get a sense of how heavy and articulated that should be. Wow.
So that was fun. I used hex wrenches. This part was done in 3D about halfway up, and then I cut down hex wrenches on the inside and sculpted over them.
And then most of this then is your hard edge modeling?
Yes. So the entirety of the head and this kind of main body in here is all scratch built. And then the legs are done in 3D, just because cutting out these circles would have been such a pain out of styrene. So I don't have access to a laser cutter or anything. So
I mean, the blending of this. I mean, this is a one coat of primer. Is that right on top? I love that look. I love it when it's just like a dark gray or a light gray, because it blends the modeling that you did, different forms of modeling that you did into one cohesive piece.
And this was particularly challenging because I challenged myself with using only original Trilogy kit parts. But what was interesting was by doing that, you get this kind of authentic look and feel.
Yeah.
So that was really fun as well.
Yeah, and the resolution of some of those tiny details from those kit parts really help out fill out the back here. So this is that recreation of that concept sketch, but this is your own design then of a probe droid. Tell me about this.
So I originally scratch built this. It is a Trey Federation Hasbro tank turret with a R4 unit, I believe, head cut down on the top and bottom to make up this kind of slope transition to this lower main body part. It was all scratch built initially. And a guy reached out to me wanting to make a kit and sell this. And I did it all in CAD from the bottom down, the legs. They were all scratch built initially, but they all move. So
full articulation.
Yeah.
How many points? Like
this one I believe has 6, because even this little toe moves. And they move up in here as well. So that was fun. But
the design language, it all says probe droid from the red eyes to like the claw pose. That's probe droid right there.
Yeah. And so this is based on a bunch of concepts. I started with building this top part on my own, and I got really lost when it got to the legs, so I had to start pulling pictures and figuring out what to do.
Really, really nice. What about these?
These are also my own original scratch build that I turned into a CAD model. It is in the vein of the original welding droids that never made it on film. There is a head of some sort with a tank turret to top it. So this is an AT-AT head. Yeah. With a Russian tank, I believe, as the top. I 3D modeled this part, but originally it was a Russian tank.
Yeah.
And just Grizzlies added to it. These are actually probe droid arms as well, for the little arms.
I love it. I love that you kept to that, not like a stormtrooper or scout trooper helmet, but at head at small scale. And then the tank perfectly meshes. Yeah, those angles work really well. And you said this may be a kit at some point.
Yeah, it will be for sale hopefully in the coming months. The deluxe kit should come with the base with this one welding droid and the whole robot. And it's with JPG Productions. They do awesome resin kits. And he reached out to me specifically. This is how I got in contact with him. He saw my scratch build that I posted in our Facebook group. And he loved it so much, he said, we got to make a kit of this. So that was cool.
And this is your first Wonderfest, bringing some really impressive models and already turning some of these into kits. Yeah, what's next for you?
I'm hoping to do a studio scale ion cannon. Also, another huge Joe Johnston concept, the concept AT-AT that has all the wheels. It's turned into the clone turbo tank, or the Juggernaut, they call it. So that's cool, because it was originally going to not have legs, the AT-AT, so as one of the concepts. So that'd be cool. All
right. Well, good luck on that. Well, hopefully we'll see it in the future when you bring it to another Wonderfest.
Hopefully you'll see it here next year. It's huge, so I'll have to reserve some space.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hey, if you enjoyed that video, you might really enjoy this one too.